Hello, this is Mike from Mike's Jazz and R&B Reviews. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. I consider the great jazz saxophonist John Coltrane to be the crown prince of jazz. I just think the title just fits him perfectly. He was known in his saxophone playing for his beautiful tone. That tone had a beauty that was all its own. And every time I listen to one of John Coltrane's records, I'm just almost hypnotized by the beauty of the sound and of his just beautiful playing. Now, 2026 will mark the centennial of John Coltrane's birth. He was born in September 1926 in Hamlet, North Carolina. He got his start in jazz, or really started going while serving in the Navy in the 1940s, just right before and after the end of World War II. And about the 1950s, he had really taken off and was playing with some of the masters, some of the other great masters of jazz, such as Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk. And then by the 1960s, he had his own quartet, known as the John Coltrane Quartet. And one of the albums that he released in the early 60s, January 1963 to be exact, was one simply titled Ballads. And that album is the subject of this video. Now, most fans of John Coltrane will know that perhaps his most famous album, and it's actually one of the most famous albums in jazz history, is an album that was released in 1965, 2 years later, titled A Love Supreme. Now, that album has been reviewed and talked about in numerous YouTube videos, and you can find them all over YouTube. But I wanted to do a review of John Coltrane album, and since there were so many reviews of A Love Supreme, I decided to do one of the other ones. Perhaps certainly not as well known as A Love Supreme, and some would say certainly not as good. But I have always enjoyed Ballads, as I said, which was released in 1963. There are 8 tracks on Ballads. Track 1 is a song titled Say It Over and Over Again. And on this one, Coltrane's playing on the saxophone is very sweet and mellow, while McCoy Tyner gives him very muscular support on the piano. Track 2 is a song titled You Don't Know What Love Is, while John Coltrane works his magic on the saxophone. Listen to the way Elvin Jones stakes out his territory on the drums, and especially how he adjusts the intensity of his playing to fit the mood of the song as the song progresses. Track 3 is a song titled Too Young to Go Steady, and both Coltrane and Tyner seem to take very delicate approaches in interpreting this song, which was written by composer Jimmy McHugh. Track 4 is All or Nothing at All. And this track stands out because it is the only really up-tempo number on the album. And the Coltrane Quartet is as convincing on this one as it is on the slower numbers. And also pay special attention to Elvin Jones on drums and how he just grabs your attention throughout this number on the drums. Track 5 is a song titled I Wish I Knew. This has an almost mournful quality to it, with the quartet taking it especially slow, but even it's still quite memorable. McCoy Tyner's on track 6. McCoy Tyner's on track 6 is What's New. McCoy Tyner's very elegant opening is impressive and memorable, as is Coltrane's very strong entrance a few seconds into this recording. And finally, Ballads concludes with two pretty well-known standards. Track 7 is the Rodgers and Hart classic. It's easy to remember. And track 8 is a song written by Jimmy Van Heusen, and I believe made most popular by Frank Sinatra, Nancy with the Laughing Face. Okay, finally, if I had to do a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, I would give the John Coltrane Quartet's Ballads a 4.5. And also, Ballads is available on YouTube. If you would like to listen to it, it is available on YouTube. And that's all for now. I would like to thank you for listening. And until the next time, this is Mike from Mike's Jazz and R&B Reviews.